Hey guys, here we are for another two-man queue with the armor deck. Just a quick review. Here's the setup. Going for a little bit more of a kind of power from the creatures, just with Smiter, getting a little bit more value hopefully. So let's take a look. Very happy with this opening. Got the turn 2 Stalker into Geist, and we are up against blue-white Midrange. Which is right now one of the best decks in the meta. Okay. So most likely holding Disperse, or potentially Snapcaster into Thought Scour. We do probably have to reasonably expect a counter here. Just because Geist is pretty powerful, and some of these versions do run Geist. We want to be able to blank his Geist. We want to make sure it goes through. So I think we're gonna... Well, we should have maybe played the Temple Garden there to force through a Rancor. Do we just walk into the counterspell here? I guess we just play Rancor and keep parity, try to bait the counterspell. Alright, so there's the Dissipate. Would have been better to play the Temple Garden there, so we could have played a second Rancor instead. Essentially trading 2 life for 2 damage, so. Now we want to go ahead and play Geist here before he's able to use Snapcaster and Dissipate. He could also have Syncopate for 3, but we're not going to play around that. So what we could do is we could drop Temple Garden and then try to bait the counter with another Rancor and then drop Geist afterwards. And I think that's kind of how I want to run it. Well, problem here is that we do want to have Rancor on Geist so that Geist can get through Augur of Bolus. We lose essentially 2 damage right now with Rancor. So I think the plan is instead to drop Geist, see if he resolves. Oops. And kind of go from there. Rewind. Yuck. So now we can still Angel. Okay, so there's our money card. Now we can go ahead and Detention Sphere his Rune Chanter's Pike, and then drop armor. And just totally swing this game back into our favor. Now, I do not believe this version of the deck runs any Supreme Verdict's main, so with that in mind, we're just going to try to limit his options and just try to force more threats on the table. I guess he still had the Essence Scatter. So now he needs to go like Angel into Rune Chanter's Pike next turn. And that should do it. Yep. Okay. Alright, so up against this deck, bring in Cavernous Souls, erase, clone for his Geists, rest in peace and negate for sure. And let's see, what do we want to cut? Cutting Pacifism, Deprivation. We want to bring in Nevermore for Restoration Angel mostly. Tension Sphere is fine also. And I think definitely want to keep in Flight. I think we want to leave in Flight and then cut armor here, actually. And then we want to probably shave a land. See, we cut some white sources. Well, we've got the double white here. I think we can probably get away with cutting a forest and bringing in an Azorius Charm. Running it like that. We just want to nullify his counters as much as humanly possible. There we could have named that as Elephant. Hey guys, this is... Could have named that as Elephant, and then if he had like the Essence Scatter, he gets us, but we're still able to play Loxodon. Part of me kind of wants to save this for Angel, because he almost will certainly have a counterspell for Angel here. And this guy is still uncounterable. Yeah, I guess it's probably worth just trying to keep the pressure up. Alright, so now could drop Rest in Peace now that we have an opening for it, but I think we just want to copy our own Loxodon here and just keep pushing. And I guess now he's got the Tension Sphere, which is why he didn't block, but we have the Erase backup. At least that's my assumption. This should be... oh, I guess he's got an Enchanter's Pike. Okay, Angel will be just fine here. Problem is we can't actually cast Angel yet. What's the play? I guess we just drop Rest in Peace. And drop push for 1. It really hurts that we can't cast Angel here. Oh man, we really need a we need green source so badly. Here we're just kind of grinding him out. So when you draw the triple cavern, it's a little awkward. I guess now he's telegraphing he's got one of his Supreme Verdicts. I think we still have to not block here, not give him the free kill. Well, now we can drop down Sigarda. We're in a much better place. So I guess he could potentially like Restoration Angel his clone to take out Sigarda. Or just play another clone. Now we've got to assume he has the Restoration Angel here. Not sure what his game plan is. I think we see what he's got. Alright, so he does have a race. And verdict. Okay. Here I guess we're probably looking at Snapcaster. Yeah, you can't actually counter Smiter. I guess he's just trying to build up his yard. It's not a bad idea. And we really need either another Rest in Peace or Detention Sphere. And I'm running out of time quickly. So I guess now he has Angel, potentially. Oh, Syncopate. And I suppose he does have us dead on the table here with the last spirit. Alright, so any changes you want to make for game 3? Don't think so. Let's see, we've got 4, 8, 12, 15. Yeah, actually I'm going to cut the planes and put the forest back in. Just run it like that. Okay. Gonna be okay with 6. Now we're going to lead out here with Geist before he has Counterspell back up. I guess the problem now is that he has Snapcaster into Thought Scour for our Geist. We do not want to give him that trade. So I think the plan here is just play Loxodon and see what he's got. So now we can just go ahead and Sphere. But you can erase the Sphere. So I think instead, we'll just go ahead and clone his Dungeon Geists. So now we can just like Detention Sphere, blow up a bunch of Geists, but it's not really worth it. I think instead we just want to go ahead and Spectral Flight, negate back up. That's unfortunate. So now I guess we force the counter. Oops. And never mind, we do not force the counter. If we let it resolve, oh god. We hope and pray to draw land, which we do not do. Alright, so I guess we Detention Sphere gets countered in the next turn. No, I think we just drop Stalker. And counter his counter. Now we can force the block. So we'll just shorten the game if he chooses not to block here. And even if he eats Geist, we're fine with that. So he's going to need Azorius Charm to get out of this one. Or Verdict. So hopefully it does not have the counter here. And he's got the counter. Okay, so racing. Hopefully we connect with the tension sphere. Alright, guess we are definitely connecting. And hopefully that'll do it. It's going to need verdict to get out of this one. And that's going to do it. So very, very close match there, but happy with the changes that we've made. Rest in Peace definitely does a lot of work in that matchup. Do like the clones. So I'm not sure about the sideboarding there, whether we should keep more of the armors in or not. Yeah, it's kind of hard to say. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.